In the music industry, 90% of artists have 0% ownership in anything they create. Yes, you heard that correct. I said zero. To a wide audience of people, that may sound mind-blowing. But to all who take part in the industry, they know it all too well. Hi, this is Mystery Made Media, and on this channel, we go into topics covering the best and most influential acts of all time to truly see just how amazing they themselves are, as well as their creations. But also, what we can learn from the greats who came before us, so we can apply that knowledge and win in our own lives. Take a moment to like and subscribe and turn all post notifications on, as we are coming with new videos to intrigue your brain and expand your mind daily. So get your popcorn ready and sit back and get ready to enjoy as we go on this roller coaster ride, traveling through time to see exactly what each magnificent entrepreneur and artist did to reach their massive success today. Starting us off, and probably the first LA rapper to ever start providing generational wealth from his geniusly planned independent rap career, we have the late Nipsey Hussle. Rest in peace, Nipsey wasn't just a rapper. Nope, Nipsey understood business. Even from the beginning, Nipsey knew that, just like with anything else in life, the real money comes with ownership. See, Nipsey didn't just get in the rap game to become some slave to the record labels. Nah, Nipsey took matters into his own hands. With God and inspiration from the great Steve Jobs, he built his whole entire company all vertically integrated by him, meaning that he owns 100% of every part of his business, from the merch down to the weed to heck, even the lost album sales nobody knows about. It all goes into Nipsey's pocket. Because of this, Nipsey was able to approach the rap game different. First, popping the trunk of his car and selling CDs by hand, $10 each. Eventually, he would build up some buzz locally. Although it wasn't enough, Nipsey would later go on to meet rapper The Game just at a local corner store in the hood. He and his friends flagged him down, ran to his car, and handed him Nipsey's first CD. And little did he know, this little moment would change his life forever. Days later, The Game would play his tape for him and some of his famous buddies, with everybody loving the music from who at the time was going by Young Thundercat, not even Nipsey Hussle. This would later lead to Nipsey's first record deal, where he would make a superstar appearance on the posthumous Tupac album, Pac's Life. And from there it was on. Though it wasn't a fast track to the top, Nipsey stayed hustling. No pun intended, he just kept grinding and investing into himself, citing times where, quote, when he felt like it was too much. That's what it was supposed to feel like, showing just how strong his faith in God was. Nipsey would later go on to open his own Marathon clothing store, selling t-shirts, hoodies, pants, boxers, whatever you need, Nipsey's got it. Even releasing a limited edition $100 album for 1,000 people, which sold out instantly, and people like Jay-Z famously bought 100 copies himself. From then on to platinum, double platinum, and gold records, it just continued to get better and better for Nipsey Hussle, who now has a net worth of well over $25 million. A far cry, I'd say, from the young kid in Los Angeles repping the 60s. Great job, Nip. Next up, we have young Dolph. Hailing from the Castalia neighborhood in South Memphis, Dolph was born in Chicago to his parents, who were unfortunately struggling with drug addiction. This in turn would cause Dolph's grandmother, Ida Mae, to take him in and raise him. Moving to Memphis, when he was around 2 years old, Dolph was born independent. While a child still in elementary, Dolph began cutting hair in his school classroom at only 12 years old to provide money. As he grew, Dolph's grandma worked hard hours to provide. This would give Dolph free time, to which he would inevitably jump in the streets. Starting to sell and jump off the porch around 14, he started a freestyle. Also around this same age, Dolph began to fall in love with music, using all of his money on a radio and all the equipment he could to begin his journey. From there, Dolph spent all his days creating music. See, from the beginning, Dolph knew ownership was the key. So when he was finally ready to rap, he did just that, going to Atlanta and buying a Gucci Mane feature, a 2 Chainz feature, and paid OJ the Juice Man $10,000 to open up his show for him, and from there, he was young Dolph. He stamped his PRE imprint and began putting his all into music, printing up thousands of copies and passing out his mixtapes at every club he could. Noting how in the beginning, people would take the CD, get in the car, and instantly throw it out of the window. But instead of complaining or quitting, Dolph instead picked them up and passed them out the next night. He did this so much, those same folks eventually gave it a listen, and before he knew it, Dolph was famous. He signed an independent distribution deal with Empire, and from there, on to multiple platinum plaques, double platinum, and gold, all while owning his masters and staying independent. I'd say Young Dolph is a great example of independent black excellence. Great job, Young Dolph. Last but not least, we have Russ. Arguably the most interesting and influential, Russ is the definition of an independent artist. Coming from an immigrant family, Russ was raised upon music, but never around it. Russ started with a more traditional life. Two-parent household, medium family income. Russ didn't come from your typical rap background. Being the misunderstood white guy, Russ used that to his advantage. Starting as a producer, Russ began making beats for his friend Boogus, who used to rap. After years of grinding, Russ and Boogus would end up making it onto TV through an MTV special. And this sparked a flame in Russ that would never burn out. As he would continue to produce, in one of their many studio sessions, Russ would decide to try out a hook on a song for himself, and was surprised when he liked it. He asked his friend Boogus if he thought he should rap, and when his response was yes, Russ was ecstatic, stating that this simple conversation was the spark that began his multi-million-dollar career. From there, Russ would go on to college and begin rapping full-time. Choosing to skip class and smoke weed and rap all day in his dorm, Russ dropped out of college to pursue his music career instead. Though he was years in, Russ still had no traction, so he devised a plan. He would drop mixtape after mixtape and just flood the world with so much music they'd have no choice but to listen. But instead, this wouldn't work either, dropping over 4 tapes and getting still 0 views. Russ was lost. Years of working, but still no definite progress. So Russ said he would change it, this time devising a real plan. Russ would now drop just 1 song a week. But instead of rushing to record or being strapped for time, Russ took a break from dropping and recorded 52 songs, just enough for 1 a week for a whole year. And this would later change his life, as he would go on to drop What They Want, Losing Control, Missing You Crazy, and Best on Earth, all in the span of 2 months. Skyrocketing Russ in his career 2 levels unseen before all, while owning all of his masters and every song in his catalog, along with 100% of every single song. Now this is true independence. With every one of those songs alone, going diamond, double platinum, platinum, or gold, and countless more platinum singles and platinum albums, Russ had more than some people ever get, and he was still fully independent. From there, sold-out shows all across the globe. To a major partnership with Columbia Records, Russ just keeps stacking and stacking more and more wins. From a broke college student who never had a percent of a chance in anybody else's eyes, Russ defied all odds and came out on top, despite all the disrespect and disadvantages he faced throughout his career. Now, that's what you call true independence. Awesome job, Russ. If you enjoy watching and you made it this far, you're the best. Leave a like and subscribe with post notifications on so you know every time we drop. Comment down below what video you want to see next. And without further ado, this is Mystery Made Media, and I thank you so much for watching. I pray you have a wonderful day. Until next time, stay blessed.